All right, we are here this morning for county criminal arraignment.
Estamos aquí hoy para el día inicial de la lectura de cargos.
In a few minutes, I will call you up individually and let you know what you were charged with.
En unos minutos los voy a llamar individualmente, les voy a dejar saber los cargos en su contra.
The state will make an offer, and if you wish to accept that offer, I can take your plea and you will be done.
La fiscalía les hará una oferta y si ustedes quieren aceptar esa oferta, voy a aceptar su declaración y después se pueden ir.
If, however, you need some more time to think about it or you wish to talk to an attorney, I'm happy to pass your case for you to do that.
Por el contrario, si necesitan más tiempo y quieren hablar con un abogado, yo con gusto pasaré su caso para que se le asigne un abogado de la defensa pública.
If you do decide to enter a plea, you need to understand that you are giving up the right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you are guilty.
Pero si deciden entrar a la declaración, tienen que saber que están renunciando a sus derechos, donde la fiscalía tendría que comprobar que ustedes son culpables.
And if for any reason you are in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation.
Si por cualquier motivo están en el país ilegalmente, cualquier declaración podría afectar su estatus migratorio hasta incluir deportación.
At this time, if you could all stand and raise your right hand to be placed under
Se
oath.
ponen de pie, levantan su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Juran que su testimonio será la verdad, solo la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Yes? Thank you so much. You can be seated.
Pueden sentar.
Is it the second and the ninth? Okay, thank you. All right. Yep.
This is the number by 88, it's the number
Oh, I got you. Okay, thank you. All right. Madam Interpreter, do you want to go first or you want me to just go?
You can just go down.
Okay. Caleb Ahmed? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Sir, you're with us today for speeding more than 30 over, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a couple options.
And it's a
s-
repeat offense, so I'm embarrassed. But yes,
Oh, well, you sold yourself out, but
either way, gotta be
I
honest.
appreciate your honesty. So that changes your options just a little bit. If you wish to, how long ago was the other one?
It was well over a month ago, almost 2 months ago.
Bruh, I thought you were going to say like years ago when you said well over.
But that
Okay.
one wasn't as, yeah.
If you want to accept responsibility today, because of the recent nature of the prior, I will have to adjudicate you guilty, so you'll get points on your license.
Yes, ma'am.
The fine is $353, and I would give you 90 days to pay it. But if for any reason this isn't what it looks like, I'm happy to set a hearing, and the officer has to come in and prove that it was you who was speeding.
Oh, no, it's definitely, I plead guilty, definitely.
All right. Tell me your name and date of birth.
Caleb Ahmed, date of birth is July 25th, 1997.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Caleb, you've taken responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $353 in costs.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Deputy's going to give you a pay slip. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Marlon Alvarez Rosales. Anthony Allen. Hi, Miss Allen.
Morning.
Do you want to confess to everything too? You good? Let me say that. Let me tell you your options before you say anything. You're also with us for speeding more than 30 over. If you wish to accept responsibility today, I would withhold the points, give you 90 days to pay $353. If you want to set it for a hearing, we do those via Zoom where the officer has to come in and prove that you were speeding, so we can do that too.
You said withhold the points?
I did.
Yes.
You want to do that?
Yes.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Anthony's Island, April 4th, 1995.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Nope.
You have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding, so I will withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Mateo Anavisca? Hi. Good morning. Hi. Good morning.
Your Honor, my client is going to plead not guilty today and ask for the next court date.
All right, your next court date, sir, is going to be June 2nd. Okay, and so we will see you back on that date.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's good, thank you.
George Austin? Here we are. Hi. For the attorneys, any minor in possession, I'll just skip till the end. Okay. Mr. Austin, you are with us today for a simple battery charge, okay, to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $622 in court costs, 6 months probation, complete the anger management course, and no contact with the victim.
Would you like to accept that, or would you like to speak with an attorney?
I'll accept that.
Okay, tell me your name and date of birth.
George Austin, 21647.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No,
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
I do.
Mr. Austin, I'll accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold the adjudication and place you on probation for 6 months. During that time, you must complete the anger management course, pay $622 in court costs, and have no contact with the victim. The
Okay.
deputy will need to take your fingerprints, and then probation will meet with you to your right to get you started.
Okay.
First this way, though. Thank you. Anna Barbosa de Silva. Good morning, ma'am. ¿Habla inglés o no?
No,
¿Español? Okay, what language? Portuguese. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that your translation today from English to Portuguese and Portuguese to English will be true and correct to the best of your ability? Okay, and please tell me your name for the record. Okay, Ms. Klein. Ms. Barbosa de Silva, you are with us today for operating a vehicle without a license. The state's going to make you an offer. If you wish to accept that offer, I can take your plea, or we can pass it for you to speak with an attorney. Okay, to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $300 in court costs, and show proof of a valid driver's license within 90 days.
Would you like to accept? Okay, tell me your name and date of birth.
Ana Paula Barbosa da Silva, 10/2/1983. Fevereiro 1983.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication? I have to ask everyone, please don't take offense. Do you understand by entering this plea you give up your right to a trial? And if for any reason you are in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation.
Okay.
Okay? I will accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered. Yes, I will accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold the adjudication and give you 90 days to pay $300.
Okay.
And if you are eligible, show proof of a good license to the clerk. Okay? The deputy will need to take your prints, and he will give you a piece of paper so you have this all in writing. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Madison Beckman?
She entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Perfect. No action on the FTA?
No action on the FTA.
All right. Daryl Biffle?
Your Honor, we'd like to hear what the state's offer is in this case.
A withhold of adjudication, $622 in court costs, 11 months and 29 days on probation, complete the batteries intervention program, and no contact with the victim.
Your Honor, my client will plead not guilty.
Okay. Mr. Biffle, we'll see you back on June 2nd, okay? Thank you. Peter Bowl? Oh, nope. Kathy Bomer?
She entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Alexandra Borick? Nope, sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to call them, and then I'm calling them. Brittany Boyd Vey. Good morning. Hi. Ma'am, you're with us today for improper registration, license, and an insurance violation. Have you been able to get any of that fixed?
For the record, I just want to state on the record, I'm Brittany Boyd Bay, a natural person in full life and propria persona usury.
Okay.
I'm a Moorish American national, and I come here making special appearance only. As the authorized representative, ex-rel, Brittany Nicole Boyd Bay.
X-rail, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is that? I'm sorry, what does that word mean?
On the information of. So
Okay,
that's-
on the
I'm-
information of Brittany Boyd Bay. Got it. Okay.
Exactly, thank you. And I am here to address the default judgment that was placed on the record on April 14, 2025.
That has not been set for a hearing. That would have to be set through the clerk's office for a special hearing. What we're here for today are the charges of an insurance violation, an improper tag, and no license. Are you prepared to address those charges today?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I do not wish.
I would like to ask the state to tell you their offer. I understand you're not going to accept it today, but just so you can have the information, and then we can reset this for another court date where we can properly address those and you'll be prepared.
Okay.
Okay? What's the state's offer?
A withhold of adjudication, $300 in court costs, show proof of a valid driver's license, insurance, and registration within 90 days.
Okay. So your next court date, Ms. Boyd, will be June 2nd. So that will be the date to handle those charges. The other thing you mentioned, I do think I saw something filed, but it was not properly set through the clerk's office for a motion hearing. So if that's something you'd like the court to hear, you have to set that separately.
Okay, objection, I just want to confirm it's not a motion, it's an affidavit of fact. So it was just a default judgment that was placed on the record to basically confirm that you all have jurisdiction. So,
I understand the allegation you made. However, default judgments are signed by the court and the clerk. That was signed by neither. If you would like the court or the clerk to consider those, they have to have a hearing. So I understand what you were saying in there and what you would like us to consider, but you can't just say that and make it so. There has to be a hearing on it. And I understand you're arguing we don't have jurisdiction, but again, it has to be set for a hearing. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. We'll see you back June 2nd. Jillian Bozeman? Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Bozeman, you're with us today for driving on a suspended license to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court costs, and show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days.
Okay.
Okay, you want to accept that?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Jillian Bozeman, 11783.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand by entering this plea you give up those rights that were previously waived by the court?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $300 in costs and show proof of a good license to the clerk if you're eligible. Deputy's going to take your prints and you'll be good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cassandra Bryant? Good morning.
Morning.
Ms. Bryan, you're with us today for speeding more than 30 over.
Yes.
If you wish to accept responsibility today, I would withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost, or we can set it for a hearing where the officer has to come in and prove that you were speeding.
Oh, no. That's good. I'll accept that.
All right, tell me your name and date of birth.
Cassandra Bryan, 51393.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
You have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in court cost, and the deputy's going to give you a slip so you have it all in writing.
Awesome.
Thank you. Andrew Campbell Knapp. Nope, okay. Jonah Carroll. William Cisneros Perez. With Ms. Tringus? Yep.
Your Honor, Mr. Cisneros Perez, Mr. Cisneros Perez has 2 other cases, Your Honor, that are set for 5/5. If we can run this case with those cases,
Okay, so I'll continue this to May 5th?
yes, please.
Okay. Sir, we'll see you on May 5th, okay? Thank you. Jamal Cole? Morning. Mr. Cole, you're with us today for operating a vehicle without a valid license. Were you able to get a good one yet?
Oh, no, it's
Not-
still impending.
Okay, to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court cost, show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days.
Would you like to accept that?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jamal Gold, November 3rd, 2001.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication? Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $300 in costs, and if eligible, show proof of a good license to the clerk. Deputy will have to take your prints, and he'll give you a pay slip. Now, Mr. Cole, I want to give you a heads up. If they're adjudicating, that means you probably have more than one. 3 or more is mandatory jail time.
Okay.
Let's not get there.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Jose Colmeres Cardenas. Braden Kraft. Charles Davenport. Is there a race I didn't know about? Because I got a lot of speeders on here today. Mr. Davenport, you are also going more than 30 over. Racing is a completely different charge, so please do not actually acknowledge anything I just said. So that's a whole nother thing. If you wish to accept responsibility today, I would withhold the points, give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost. If you want to have a hearing, I can set that up where the officer has to come in and prove that you're speeding.
Yes, ma'am, I'll pay it.
You'll pay? Tell me your name and date of birth.
Charles MacArthur Davenport III, July 5th, 2003.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Sir, you have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost. Deputy will give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. Donovan Dearman. Donovan, you're on the Zoom. Hey, so you're with us today for driving on a suspended license. Does the state have an offer?
The state's offer would be a DPA at this time, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dearman, a DPA is a deferred prosecution agreement. If you successfully complete that agreement, the state would dismiss the case against you. Do you have a good email where they can send that to you for you to consider?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
It'll be Donovan.Gearman.
What I'm going to do, Mr. Dearman, is continue your case till June 2nd. But if you get that contract, sign it, return it to the state, and you decide you want to do that, you won't have to come back on the 2nd. So be on the lookout for that email, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yep.
So I already got my license reinstated, and they're valid now.
Good.
All of my fees are taken care of. But I'm out on a $2,500 cash bond, and I was wondering, am I able to get that returned to me, or is that gone?
So that can be returned to you when the case is over. So you got to finish, you got to enter a plea or the case be dismissed, whatever first. But if you owe any fines or fees, or potentially the fine they're gonna ask you for on this DPA, that would come out of the cash bond. So let's say they ask you for $300, they would take the $300 and return the $2,200 to you.
Yes, ma'am.
See what I'm saying? But that's not till the case is closed, okay?
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Joe DeOlive, a not guilty plea was entered and continued to 6-4. All right.
Your Honor, for the record, I do believe that should be consolidated with a case up in circuit court.
Okay, hopefully that'll be done before the 4th. Ms. Reed is the attorney on that one.
Yes, Your Honor, I did file a transfer motion up there.
Perfect. Emery Dorka. No. Christian Estrella Garcia. Kyle Fitzgerald. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Good. You're also with us today for speeding.
Yes, ma'am.
If you wish to accept responsibility, I would withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost. Or I can set it for a hearing where the officer has to come in and prove that you were speeding.
I'll agree to it.
Okay, tell me your name and date of birth.
Kyle Fitzgerald, January 19th, 1998.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
You have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost. The deputy will give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cameron Floyd. Good morning. So you're with us today for an insurance violation and failing to appear in court. Have you been able to get good insurance?
It's not my car, and she has had insurance. We use Hugo on it. But we get paid on the 17th, and she just got her car out the shop.
Okay.
So, the insurance will be paid on the 17th.
Okay. Hugo, is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
I never heard of
It's
it.
a pay-as-you-go insurance
Oh.
company online, yes, ma'am.
All right, to the state?
Do you have proof with you right now that the car's not yours and not in your name?
Can I have her come up here and show that to the state?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass your case for a minute, Mr. Floyd. Have a seat on that front row so you can talk to the state, and then you'll call me back.
Thank you, Judge.
Jerry George Alleman. Lakeisha Gibson. Good morning. Ms. Gibson, you're with us today for 2 counts of simple battery. To the state?
A withhold of adjudication, $622 in court costs, 6 months probation, complete the anger management course, no contact with the victims, and reserve restitution for 90 days.
What's reserve restitution?
So what that means is they're gonna ask the court to hold jurisdiction over the amount of restitution. It gives the victims time to get a number for medical bills or whatever they're trying to request. If you agree with that number, I can order that amount. If you disagree with that number, we'll have a hearing where the court has to determine what is the fair amount of restitution.
I just want to get this over with. I'll take it.
Are you sure? You can, I'm happy for you to talk to an attorney. Do you need me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
All right. I will appoint the Office of the Public Defender, but you will also need to fill that application out, turn it into the clerk at the end of the hall today, and they'll let you know if you qualify. Your next court date, Ms. Gibson, is gonna be June 2nd.
Okay.
So,
All right, so just go on and fill this out and turn it in?
yep,
Okay.
yep, thank you. Freddie Gray? Good morning. Mr. Gray, you're with us today for a DUI to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $1,000 fine, $501.73 in court costs, 11 months and 29 days on probation, 50 hours of community service, 6 months driving license suspended, complete DUI school, complete victim impact panel, 10-day vehicle impound, and a 6-month interlock.
All right, Mr. Gray, is that an offer you wish to accept, or would you like some time to talk to an attorney?
Like some time.
Okay. Do you need me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
Okay. I will appoint the Office of the Public Defender, but you do have to fill out the application and get it turned into the clerk so they can make sure you qualify. Your next court date will be June 2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Did y'all get any of my, like my letters and stuff from my job and my stuff?
I did not. What would they say?
I have them right here.
Okay.
I had them sent in, and she said she scanned them in and stuff yesterday.
This is not gonna be about the facts of the case, correct?
Well, it was concerning with my case, my job and stuff.
Okay, before I read this, I don't want you to tell me anything that might get you in trouble. Are you asked, tell me about your job.
My job, well, I do moving and storage. I've been there since I was 15.
Okay, is it here locally?
It's locally, yes.
Okay.
And I do the military, all military bases.
So why don't we do this, Mr. Gray? I'm gonna have your attorney read this.
Yes.
If it's something I can consider at this time, I will. But if it's something that goes to the facts of your case that might otherwise complicate it, I want them to make sure they have that conversation with you.
Yes.
So this is Ms. Tringus with the Public Defender's Office. Allison, if you'll take just a minute, and then if you need to come back up, I'll call you right back up. Okay. To the state on the insurance case, is that Mr. Knapp, Campbell Knapp?
Mr. Floyd, Your Honor, the state will go ahead and announce a no pros based on the fact that he showed proof that the car was not his vehicle.
And no action on the FTA?
And no action on the FTA.
All right, so Mr. Floyd, your case is dismissed and you're free to go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Corey Groves. Stephanie Harrell. Ms. Harrell's coming up. Mr. DeVee.
Morning,
Hi,
Your Honor.
good morning.
This is Ms. Stephanie Harrell on case number 25MM1158. She's prepared to enter a plea of no contest. However, Your Honor, there seems to have been an additional arrest. Ms. Harrell was given a notice to appear for next week's arraignment docket, but I don't see anything on the clerk's website.
On the same charge?
It's the same charge, but it's a different set of facts. So
still a trespass at a whole new case?
correct, Your Honor. My assumption is that maybe it just wasn't filed on. I just don't want Ms. Harrell to have to come down next week only to be told to go home. But if that's what we have to do, we're happy to do so.
You show her on next week's docket?
No.
And I do not have everything. Do you have the notice to appear with you, ma'am?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, we're prepared to plead no contest in the charge before the court today.
Okay.
I would like to speak.
What's the agreement?
We'd like to hear from the state.
In adjudication of guilt, $111.90, cost of investigation to Niceville Police Department. No trespassing at 850 The Wharf, 821 Bayshore Drive, Niceville. And $270 in court costs.
And $100 cost of defense?
Your Honor, Ms. Harrell's indicated she'd like to plead no contest as charged.
Okay. Ma'am, you were here earlier when I put everyone under oath. Tell me your name and date of birth.
My name is Stephanie Harrell. My date of birth is 10/3/1967.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court? Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And do the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
They do, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $111.90 for a cost of investigation to the Niceville Police Department, $270 in court costs, and a $100 cost of defense. You also may not trespass back at the wharf in Niceville, and that trespass order will be good for 1 year. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Tringus with Mr. Gray.
Your Honor, Mr. Gray is concerned about his driver's license. He did apply for a hardship license. Do you have any opposition to him getting one?
I have no objection to you getting a hardship license. Have you already signed up for DUI school?
Not yet.
So that's the holdup. You have to sign up for it, not take it and finish it, but just get registered, and then DMV will tell you you're eligible. Chris Garrett has a written order that if you want to get me one, since the case isn't over, I'll sign a written order for Mr. Gray. That might be helpful.
Okay, perfect.
Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Carrie Herrera? Good morning, ma'am. You're with us today for an improper registration. Did you get a good one?
I did not. I'm actually going to lose the vehicle in the impound.
Okay.
So I was asking for a continuance so I can prove that I no longer own the vehicle.
Sure. June 2nd would be your next court date. Do you want to hear the state's offer just in case?
I've already heard.
You already talked to him? Okay.
So can I give her the information before June 2nd?
Sure.
And then I don't have to come to court?
What's your email address?
Carrie.
Carrie. 20. Okay. So June 2nd, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Heath Jernigan? Good morning. Mr. Jernigan, you're with us today for speeding. If you wish to accept responsibility, I would withhold the points, 90 days to pay $353 in cost, or I can set it for a hearing, and the officer must come in and prove that you were speeding.
I'll plead guilty.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Heath Jernigan, 3582.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
You have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost. Deputy will give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing.
I have one question. He gave me an improper lane change for when I was getting over to get pulled over. Is there a way to, do you think I could?
That's insult to injury, isn't it? Let me see.
Well, that's what at least he told me. So.
Oh, no, he definitely did that. So the court is going to merge and dismiss 25 TR 3091 with the plea in the other case. So you don't have to worry about that again.
Okay, thank you.
But, you know, use your blinker when you're getting pulled over, I guess. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Who knew? Savannah Kennedy. Good morning. Ma'am, you are with us today for a petty theft to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $270 in court costs, 11 months and 29 days on probation, 24 hours community service, complete the shoplifters awareness course, no trespassing at 1521 Ponderosa Drive, Fort Walton Beach, and no contact with the victim, Daniel Ledoux, reserve restitution for 90 days.
Tell me that address again, please.
1521 Ponderosa, Ponderoas Drive.
In Fort Walton, you said?
In Fort Walton.
All right. Ms. Kennedy, would you like to accept that, or would you like some time to speak with an attorney? So you'd be on probation for a year. You would have to pay $270 in court costs, complete 24 hours of community service, a shoplifter's awareness course, and you could not trespass at 1521 Ponderosa Drive in Fort Walton, have no contact with Danielle Ledoux. And that is good for the full year. You accept?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Savannah Rose Kennedy, 120301.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court? Ma'am, I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and place you on probation for 11 months and 29 days. During that time, you must pay $270 in court cost, complete 24 hours community service, and the shoplifter's awareness course. You may have no contact with the victim, Danielle Ledoux, and you may not trespass at 1521 Ponderosa Drive. Deputy's going to take your prints, and then you'll step to your right to meet with probation. Kenton Kruger? morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're with us today for an insurance violation. Have you been able to get good insurance?
Yes. all-
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can you show that to the state for me?
Sure. May I?
Yep.
So you got it on the same day? Yeah, okay.
I just did to the annex.
Based on the following, Your Honor, the state will no pros 25 CT 651. Defendant showed proof of valid insurance.
All right, so Mr. Kruger, your case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. James Langley? I mean, seriously, everybody was looking. Everybody. Hi. Good morning, Mr. Langley. You're with us today for a speeding ticket.
Yes, ma'am.
If you wish to accept responsibility today, I would withhold the points, 353 in 90 days, or I can set it for a hearing via Zoom and the officer must prove that you were speeding.
No, I'm good.
All right, tell me your name and date of birth.
James Langley, date of birth 10/25/1974.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you you have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding? I will withhold the adjudication and give you 90 days to pay $353 in costs.
That's great.
Deputy will give you a pay slip, so you have it on ready.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Lockstad, I think you're on the Zoom, ma'am? Good morning.
Hi there.
You're with us today for driving on an expired license. Would you like to hear the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a valid license now?
Ms. Lockstad, do you have a valid license at this time?
It's valid, it's still expired, however, I am waiting on a birth certificate from Illinois. Whenever it comes in is whenever I.
What, Ms. Lockstad, why are you appearing via Zoom? Don't you live here locally?
I live in Stewart, Sebastian.
Oh.
Oh, we have your address as Crestview. Is that not
My
correct?
grandpa's. No, that's just formality. It's an address that's always gonna be there, if you will.
Okay, so, and it's your dad's address, you said?
My grandpa's.
Okay, so here's the thing, Ms. Lockstad. If you don't live there, it's not your address. So it would be improper to give an address where you're not living to law enforcement or anyone else. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I think the officer has my actual address. It's on the ticket.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're clear on that. What's the state's offer?
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court cost, show proof of valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days. But the state's offer might change if she has proof of a valid driver's license.
So right now, they're offering you an adjudication, but if you can get a good license before June 9th, that might change. Would you like to wait?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. So your next court date will be June 9th at 9 a.m.
Am I able to do it via Zoom again?
As long as you provide a letter saying that where you actually live, that it's not here locally, I don't have a problem with it, but you do need to provide that to the clerk. Okay? All right, thank you. Jeremy Longnecker? And ma'am, you're free to go, thank you. Hi.
Good morning.
You are with us today, sir, for driving on a suspended license.
Yes, ma'am.
To this state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court cost, show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days, and 10 days in the Okaloosa County Jail.
What number is this?
This is number 4.
So if you have 3 or more, the law requires a mandatory 10 days in the county jail, which is why they're making you that offer.
Do I have to do that now, or can I set a time where I show up there and do my time? Because I own a business and I have
Okay.
some things I need to straighten out before I do that.
So you have a couple options. I don't like to do a report date because if you don't show up, then you're exposed to a year in jail and it's just, doesn't usually work out. If you want me to continue your case till June 9th, so you can get those things set up and then do your 10 days straight, I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
The other option is I can do a year of administrative probation and you can serve the 10 days on weekends, which is 2 days in a row. It doesn't have to be Saturday, Sunday. And then when your court costs are paid and your time is served, your probation can terminate early. And I can do, and you can think about all that and come back June 9th with what you want to do.
And come back June 9th.
Okay. Do you need an attorney in the meantime or
No,
not
ma'am.
yet? No?
No, ma'am.
All right. See you June 9th. Jose Lopez Gillian. Maya Luciano Brito.
Your Honor, for Mr. Lopez, I believe he's been deported.
All right, we'll come back to him at the end then. All right, good morning, ma'am. Maya, you're with us today for racing on the highway to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, 6 months probation, $363 in court cost, and complete the advanced driver's improvement course.
That's an 8-hour class online, and I would give you 90 days to complete, or no, you'd be on probation. Do you want to do that, or you want, and also your license would be suspended for a year because of the charge? That's it, yeah. So, would you like to speak with an attorney?
If I do, what will be the next steps?
So your next court date, I would move this to June 9th. If you can afford to hire your own attorney, you're welcome to do that. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court can appoint one to represent you. So you would fill out the application, turn it into the clerk at the end of the hall, and as long as you qualify, make your appointment with the public defender's office. They could go over the facts or the discovery or evidence in your case to see if it's a good charge. Maybe try to negotiate a different sentence or tell you it is what it is.
Can I get appointed a lawyer?
Yes? So, Ms. Brito, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You need to fill out that application, turn it into the clerk at the end of the hall, and your next court date will be June 9th.
That's at 9 a.m., Your Honor.
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Denison Mancebo Perez. Luis Marinez Rendon. Jennifer Martinez Arias. Hola. Ma'am, you're with us today for driving on a suspended license to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court cost, and show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days.
Would you like to accept?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jennifer Martinez area, September 23, 1992.
Are you under the influence of any
ma'am.
drugs? I
No,
gotta say that, I gotta say the whole thing.
Oh.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost and show proof of a good license to the clerk if you are eligible. Deputy will take your prints and you'll be good to go. Thanks. Edgar Martinez Limas. Kenneth McClellan. Good morning. Sir, you're with us today for driving on a suspended license, improper registration, and an insurance violation. Did you get any of that straightened out yet?
Well, my daughter-in-law took over the car and she's already had it registered and insured, and I haven't done anything about my license.
Okay. Well, let's hear the state's offer.
Ma'am?
The state's going to make you an offer. If you want to take it, great. If not, I can pass your case for you to talk to an attorney or see what you can work out.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court costs, show proof of a valid driver's license, insurance and registration within 90 days.
Could I come over? I can't hear.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court costs, Show proof of valid driver's license, insurance, and registration within 90 days.
How much is the total?
$300.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to accept that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you here earlier when I placed everyone under oath?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Kenneth Allen McClellan, January 3rd, 1953.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court? So you are giving up your right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if for any reason you are in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost and show proof that the car is insured, has a good registration, and if you can get a good license, show proof of that to the clerk. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The deputy needs to take your prints. David McDaniel Walker.
He entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Perfect. L. McDonald. Is a minor in possession. Matthew McGinnis. Adam McIntyre. Come on up.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You are with us today for an insurance violation. Did you get good insurance?
Yeah.
Can you show it to the state?
Yeah, I got it. I'm in an argument with child support right now, so,
Okay.
because they messing me so much. They take, it's a continual money that comes out of my account, and for some reason $1,200 never came out somewhere. Back in July of last year, so I was driving around with no license for like almost 7 months or something.
So you're not charged with a license thing?
I know, I didn't even know about it.
Oh, you didn't even, you got it fixed now though, huh?
Yeah, so I
All
got
right.
everything established and.
Okay. To the state?
He has shown proof of valid driver's license, so the offer would be.
Insurance.
Excuse me, insurance. Withhold of adjudication, $300 in court costs. Show proof of valid insurance within 90 days.
Which he's
he
already
already
done.
has.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it'd just be pay the $300 in cost?
Man, this cost me a lot of money for this child support. They hit me for like $4,500, you know what I'm saying, so now.
Kids are pricey. Do you want to take this
Well,
though?
you know,
right.
kids are pricey for this, should cost me this much.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Adam McIntyre, 7/29/1973.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered, withhold the adjudication, and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost. The deputy will give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank
Have
you.
a blessed day.
You too. Emil Morales? Good morning. Sir, you're with us today for a DUI to the state.
One moment, Your Honor, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor. The offer would be an adjudication of guilt, $1,000 fine, $501.73 in court costs, 11 months and 29 days on probation, 50 hours of community service, 5 years driver's license suspended, multi-offender DUI school, victim impact panel, 30-day impound, 1-year interlock, 10 days in the Okaloosa County Jail, and 90-day scram monitor.
You said 10 days in jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Morales, that's a lot. Would you like some time to talk to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you need me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
All right. I will appoint the office of the public defender, but you just do still have to fill out the application, turn it into the clerk at the end of the hallway. Your next court date with me will be June 9th, okay? Kenzie Morin? Kenzie Morin? No? Kinsey, are you Kinsey? All right. Nicholas Nieves? Good morning. You are also with us today for speeding. If you wish to accept responsibility, I would withhold the points and give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost, or I can set it for a hearing and the officer has to come in and prove that you were speeding.
I'll accept.
Okay, tell me your name and date of birth.
Nicholas Nieves, September 16, 2001.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
You have accepted responsibility for the civil infraction of speeding. I will withhold the points, give you 90 days to pay $353 in cost. Deputy's going to give you a pay slip so you have it all in writing.
Thank you.
Thanks. Alex Osorio Obregon? Jose Pablo Hernandez? Edwin Palacios Echevarria? Good morning. Edwin, you're with us today for driving with an expired license to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $300 in court cost, show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days.
Do you wish to accept?
Yep.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Edwin Francisco Palacios, May 24, 99.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court? I will accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold the adjudication and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost, and if eligible, show proof of a good license to the clerk. Okay? The deputy will take your prints and you'll be free to go.
Okay.
Jack Payne? Good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
Mr. Payne, you're with us today for driving on a suspended license to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court cost, show proof of a valid driver's license or eligibility within 90 days.
Do you want to accept that?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jack Payne, April 1st, 1994.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept that plea as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost, and if eligible, show proof of a good license to the clerk.
Yes, ma'am.
The deputy will need to take your prints, and then he'll give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing.
Okay.
Thank you. Nina Poirier? Julian Puga? Michaela Reed? Good morning. Ms. Reed, you're with us today for an improper registration and operating a vehicle without a license to the state.
Is the car your car that you were pulled over in?
It was my boyfriend's car, but he has the registration done for it now.
Do you have proof it's not your car?
Is your boyfriend here?
Yes.
Can you?
Y'all have a seat on the front row and talk to the state for me for just a minute, okay? Come on down, boyfriend. Dane Reinhardt? Paul Roberts? Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Roberts, you're with us today for reckless operation of a vessel to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $270 in court cost, and complete the boating safety course.
Is the online okay? I think that's
And
what it
online
is,
is
right?
okay.
Yeah. And I'd give you 90 days to get all that done.
I already have my boater's card. I got it when I was 14. So I think it's just on my license now.
I would like to request discovery of that, if I can. I have that paperwork in a folder, if I could give that to the state attorney in the court.
You need to file it with the clerk's office, and they will send a copy to the state. Do you have 2 copies of it?
I got 3.
Okay, so give one to the state and then file one with the clerk. Your next court date, Mr. Roberts, would be June 9th. And is it your intention to represent yourself?
I believe so.
Okay, would you like me to appoint an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so when we come back on June 9th, we'll have a longer conversation about that if you wish to proceed without an attorney, okay?
Okay.
But for right now, give the state a copy of that demand for discovery, file one with the clerk, and then I'll see you back on June 9th.
Okay.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Frainshaws Rodriguez?
She entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Misty Salter? Good morning. Ma'am, you're with us today for trespassing to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $270 in court costs, and no trespassing at 1 Alder Avenue, Southeast Fort Walton Beach.
Okay. Ma'am, would you like to accept?
Yes, I'll accept.
Okay, tell me your name and date of birth.
Misty Salter, 2789.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes.
I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold the adjudication, give you 90 days to pay $270 in court costs, and you may not trespass at 1 Alder Avenue in Fort Walton. That's actually good for a full year.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Omero Serna Rubalcaba.
Entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Okay. Kira Schultz. Good morning. Ms. Schultz, you're with us today for a DUI to the state.
An adjudication of guilt, 11 months and 29 days on probation, $500 fine, $476.73 in court costs, 50 hours of community service, complete the victim impact panel, complete DUI school, 10-day vehicle impound, and 6 months driver's license suspended.
All right, Ms. Schultz, would you like to accept that, or do you want some time to speak with an attorney?
I'd accept.
All right, tell me your name and date of birth.
Kira Schultz, April 25th, 2004.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and place you on probation for 11 months and 29 days. During that time, you must pay a $500 fine, $476.73 in court costs. Your vehicle will be impounded for 10 days, your license suspended for 6 months. You must complete 1 session of the victim impact panel, 50 hours community service in DUI school. You must sign up for DUI school in the first 30 days just to make sure you have plenty of time to get it done, okay? Deputy will take your prints and then you'll step to your right to meet with probation. Stariana Simmons. Good morning. Ms. Simmons, today you're with us on an affray or fighting charge to the state.
A withhold of adjudication, $270 in court costs, and no contact with the co-defendants.
For how long?
A year, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to accept that?
Yeah.
Please tell me, were you here earlier when I put everyone under oath? Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Started as soon as January 29, 2006.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that were previously announced by the court?
Yeah.
I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold the adjudication and give you 90 days to pay $270 in court costs, and you may have no contact with the co-defendants in this case for 1 year. There is a capias out for your arrest because you failed to appear on your original arraignment date. At this time, I am going to recall that capias since you have now pled to the charge, okay? Did you take prints on a fray? All right, so the deputy will give you a pay slip so you have it all in writing. Mark Smith? Morning.
Morning, Judge.
Mr. Smith, you're with us for no motorcycle endorsement. Have you been able to get that?
I have not, that's actually, that's
Keep
not
your
the
hands out
charge
of
that
here.
was on my ticket.
Oh, well, what do you think you're charged with?
Well, I don't want to incriminate myself.
Okay, then don't say that. That's fair, that's fair. No motorcycle endorsement.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that.
It's what it says.
I mean, I have.
I'm gonna show you the citation on the screen, okay?
Okay.
Do you think you got more than one ticket on this day? See right here?
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Okay, so that's what you're here for today.
Okay.
But while I have you,
I mean, if that's that, that's cool.
wait, what's the other one?
25 TR 3162.
3162?
Mm-hmm.
3162.
Oh. If you, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you, we're gonna handle all of it today.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's hear your offer, state.
An adjudication of guilt, $300 in court costs, show proof of a valid motorcycle endorsement or eligibility within 90 days.
If you accept that plea, I will merge and dismiss this other ticket.
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Perfect.
You wanna do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Mark Smith, 11579.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
I'm not.
And do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea that was previously announced by the court?
I do.
I'll accept that plea as freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost,
Perfect.
and show proof of the endorsement to the clerk. Deputy will give you a pay slip, so it's all in writing, and the court is going to merge and dismiss 25 TR 3162 with this plea.
Sweet. Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you get goggles now?
Huh?
Did you get the goggles now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tracy Stewart? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
You're with us today for driving on a suspended license. Have you gotten a good one?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have it?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you,
It's in my purse.
let's get that and show it to the state. Say it again? Tracy Stewart.
Based on the defendant showing proof of a valid driver's license, the state offer will be a DPA.
Okay, so a DPA is a deferred agreement. If you successfully complete that, they'll dismiss the case completely.
Okay.
Okay, have a seat on the row behind them and they'll get with you about that. Casey Taylor? Hi, good morning. So you're with us today for an expired registration. Have you been able to get that fixed?
Yes, I got it fixed.
Okay, can you show that to the state?
Yes, definitely.
Based on the defendant showing proof of a valid registration, the state's offer will be a DPA.
All right. Same thing, Ms. Taylor. They're going to offer you a deferred agreement. So if you successfully complete that, they'll dismiss the case against you. Are you interested in that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Have a seat in the rows behind them and they will be right with you. Pedro Vicente Olerte. Paul Weir. Brent Wicker. Daquana Wilson.
She entered into a DPA, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your
And
Honor, for the record, Mr. Brent Wicker appeared yesterday. I believe he handled all his cases with Ms. Gillespie.
Oh.
Docket day yesterday.
okay. He's off the docket? Okay. And then Ryan Zuniga. Ryan's my last name, so if you have a case that I haven't called, please form a line by the deputy so I can call you next. Hi.
Hello.
¿Habla inglés o no? Español? Okay. Mr. Zuniga, you're with us for operating a vehicle without a license. Do you have a good license now?
No.
Not yet? To the state?
This is Mr. Zuniga.
Yes.
The state's offer is a DPA.
So if you want to have a seat with the interpreter, she can go over this with you. If you'd like to accept that agreement, she will explain to you what to do. If you don't want to accept it, just let me know and I'll call you back up, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Octaviano Vivanero, it's case number 25CT49.
49?
Yes.
Okay?
He was set to appear during the storm, when all that happened, the snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
He was supposed to appear February 11th. He did appear, signed a DPA, but he took it home with him.
Oh, yes.
We have it.
Now I need it back, yes. Okay, you got to give it back. So I will take that. Did everybody sign it now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It was already signed.
I believe I already recalled the capias in this case. So it'll be filed today, and so you still have to do these things.
Yeah, he tried to pay, but he was told he couldn't pay because
We had it.
here.
Yeah. So give it about 24 hours for that to get in the system, and you should be able to pay tomorrow. Okay?
No, sería todo, nomás quería pagar eso.
Okay, well, that's all. He just wanted to pay.
No, I'm glad. Okay. Actually, can we give him a pay slip? Can you pay today if I? Okay, we're gonna give you a pay slip so you can take it to the clerk and they should let you pay today.
Ya se lo mando. Sí, pero espérame por Okay.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Bruce Shambo,
How do I spell it?
SHAMBO.
SHAMBO.
Yes, ma'am.
Bruce Wayne?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. I just heard it. I just heard it. All right. You are with us today for a moped tag violation.
That doesn't sound good. So,
That doesn't sound right?
no, ma'am. So I got this ticket.
Oh, I'm gonna guess they accused you of popping a wheelie?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and the reason I say that is the fine is $1,163, which is.
So that, I did get a ticket for that, but I'm getting that fixed on the bike, and he said to set a court hearing for that.
Okay.
For another time. This was set for another time. It was a speeding violation. I got the ticket March 26th, but I got this in the mail yesterday, and it was too late for me to call the court or anything by the time I got it. But it, I assume was saying that it was like.
TJ,
done
can I
and
see
over
that?
with, but I'm not sure. I just didn't understand. And I didn't want to not show up and then have a warrant out.
Did you go to this court date?
No, ma'am. The court date on the ticket says today.
Was the case dismissed? I mean,
I see the citation, but I don't see any.
25 TR 2980. That's weird. Okay, so it looks like when you failed to appear in court, Judge Ward sentenced you, he adjudicated you guilty, ordered you to pay $353 in cost and do a 12-hour advanced driver improvement school, all that within 90 days. So what this does is tell you what Judge Ward sentenced you to on that date.
Okay. I was just confused because the ticket said my court date was for today.
I gotcha. It does say that, doesn't it? Okay, well, are you good with Judge Ward's sentence, or would
Yes,
you?
ma'am, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so then,
I just didn't want to not show up and then,
no, I totally get that. If you accept the sentence Judge Ward gave you, I guess, last week, then I'm not gonna change anything, and it's listed right here what you need to do.
okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then get that motorcycle thing fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Barbara McNamara.
Ms. McNamara, I don't have you on my docket today.
There's one for May, there's one for May, there's a misdemeanor, and then there's one for felony. Katie, did you get one?
Oh, she already filed a not guilty plea for you?
I released from jail just the other night, so I didn't get to talk to her yet.
All right, so she already filed a not guilty plea for you, and your next court date is actually May 12th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
For driving without a license and
I got you.
registration.
Oh, boyfriend did it. Yep.
Your Honor, based on the fact that it was not the defendant's car, the state will no cross. 25 CT 659.
Okay, you got a good license now?
No, not yet.
Then don't drive. Then don't drive.
Oh,
Then don't
sorry.
Nope.
I won't.
Okay, thank you, Michaela.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Luis Estrada, he has a citation with the court date to appear today at 9, but he's not on the docket.
And the ticket isn't in the,
We can do the citation number down to a different person. The stuff that has come out of Barrett, Mr. Barrett is on that citation number. But the citation number is the same on that.
TJ, can I see that?
Yes,
Yeah.
But in Mr. Barrett's case, there's not actual physical citation. It was entered.
Yes. So we can't find a citation on Mr. Barrett's case. Did you talk about?
Okay, so what can I do? Because I would dismiss the citation. But am I dismissing it against?
How can I dismiss the findings? That name.
Okay, this is what I'm going to dismiss citation AJS UZTE. Okay. Mr. Estrada,
Señor Estrada,
I'm going to be very honest with
voy a
you.
ser muy honesta con usted.
I hope this works.
Ojalá que esto funcione.
The citation number is filed under a different person's name.
Nombre de otra persona.
I'm dismissing the citation completely, whether it's against you or Mr. Barrett, the other guy.
En contra de usted o de otra persona.
If for any reason there becomes an issue with
¿Hay algún
this,
problema con esto?
I'm going to ask the clerk to do a
Voy a
minute
pedir
sheet,
a la
or
secretaria-
I'm sorry, not a minute sheet, a
secretaria
pay slip
que haga un-
that shows citation was dismissed, and I'm going to tell you to keep it with this citation, maybe in your car. Because if for any reason you get pulled over and somebody asks you about it, I want you to have something from the court showing it's dismissed. I'm not really sure what happened with the filing part, so I think this is the best I can
Creo que
do.
es lo mejor que puedo hacer. Okay?
Okay, all right. haven't had a Werther's. Thank you, sir. Mr. Daly, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You were with us for 2 TR cases of load dropping, and then a criminal case of driving while license suspended, DUI, improper registration, reckless driving, attaching a tag not assigned, refusal on the DUI, and an insurance violation. So it was all bad.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does the state have an offer?
For 25 CT 642, the state has no offer at this time.
Okay.
But for 25 MM 1014,
I don't have that case. What is it?
the resisting would be an adjudication of guilt and
Those are
200.
two different people.
Oh, they're just the same last name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
I don't have another. Okay. So, Mr. Daly, they don't have an offer for you at this time. Do you have an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, which Mr. Daly is this?
Walter Daly, the DUI.
Walter, yes, Your Honor. We are evaluating this to see if it might go to circuit court.
Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your next court date, if it remains in county court, will be June 2nd. If they move it to circuit court, you'll get a new court date at that time. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Corey Johnson.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Corey Johnson in case numbers 25MM 1060 and 25MM 1015. We'd like to hear the state's offer if possible.
Okay.
An adjudication of guilt, $270 in court costs, no trespassing at Sunset Liquors, 901 Beale Parkway in Fort Walton Beach. And for 25 MM 1060, an adjudication of guilt, $270 in court costs, no trespassing at 748 Beale Parkway, Fort Walton Beach.
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson would like to accept the state's offer. I'd just like the record to reflect that I have advised him not to accept the state's offer at this time because there is a pending felony violation of probation in 25 CF 528. But he's under the impression that he's amenable to the offer that's already been extended in that case. So he's ready to resolve this case today.
When's that court date, Mr. Johnson?
22nd.
You can resolve it all at the same time. That way, if anything changes, you haven't backed yourself into a corner. I mean, do you?
It's your
It's up
call.
to you, but that's good advice he's giving you.
Okay, the state's offer was adjudication of guilt, time served?
Time served, no trespassing, court costs.
Yeah, I want to settle that.
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Tell me your name and date of birth.
Corey Martise Johnson, 10/24/1981.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you give up your right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you were guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And if for any reason you're in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to talk to your attorney?
Yeah.
You're satisfied with his representation?
Yeah.
And do the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, I will accept your pleas of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. In each case, I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $270 in court costs. You may not trespass at Sunset Liquors or 748 Bill Parkway for a period of 1 year. And in 25 MM 1060, it will be a $50 cost of defense. In 25 MM 1015, it will be a $100 cost of defense. All right? Good luck, sir.
Good luck. Sorry. No, you're good.
Justice Kirk Gable, right this way, sir. I need to take you.
Justice, right this way, sir.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Justice Kirchhoff on case number 25 MM 1105. I will plead not guilty, request the next court date.
Okay, the court will see you back June 2nd, okay? Thank you.
June 2nd, you said, Your Honor?
Yep.
Thank you.
Michael Pruitt.
Hey, Mr. Pruitt.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
So, Mr. Pruitt, you're with me today for 4 different petty theft cases. Are these the only cases you have going on?
I think I got one more coming up on the 24th.
Is it a petty theft as well?
No, ma'am.
Is it a felony?
Yes, ma'am.
Who represents you on that?
I had a paper, I think his name is Notch. I don't really remember, I'm not
Oh,
familiar.
Thomas Koch?
Yeah, Koch.
With the Public Defender's Office, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know when your next court date on that is?
After that? Or
For that case?
just the 24th, that's all I know.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said that, of April?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna let you hear their offer, and while I can't give you legal advice, your attorney might tell you to wait until you know what's going on with the felony before you handle these misdemeanors. If you decide that's what you want to do, I will appoint that attorney's office to represent you in this case, and then you can see how they all kind of work together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the state's offer in these?
Currently, the state has no offer at this time.
Oh, well, that helps. So I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in these cases. Your next court date will be June 9th, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Shirley Smithy. Mr. Smithy.
Oh, this is not.
Nope, Shirley Smithy is a female. That's Donovan Webb. Hey, Mr. Webb, come on in.
You want to go ahead and take it? I know I was just in front of you not too long ago.
I know, Donovan, what are we doing?
I wanted to say, before we get into, before we conduct this, I'm not sure if it was a real call. I think somebody was joking. But, I was waiting for something to eat at the bar.
They jokingly called the police on you?
Yeah, they've done it before a couple of times. I wouldn't say this the last time I was in front of you, but that happened back, that last charge that I was in front of you.
Yeah.
I still can't remember what it was, but I remember waking up, the police were waking me up on the bench.
Oh, yeah, I remember
The
that.
last thing I remembered, I was walking down the sidewalk. I'd just come from the convenience store, going down the street on the sidewalk. And I had my duffel bag on me.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, there was no duffel bag or anything. I said, something bad happened.
Yeah.
Because people had knocked me out a bunch of times, and I've woke up in different places. I don't call the cops when it happens, but I've told them about it from time to time. But,
Maybe you should call the cops.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. Why don't you call us when it happens? Because it happens a lot. But and that's not the only reason. But mainly because I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
They'd just be running around in circles. So
You know your duffel bag, though. Maybe they can find it for you. Well, today you're with us on the disorderly conduct.
Right.
Let's see what the state's offer is.
An adjudication of guilt, $270 in court costs, 30 days in Okaloosa County Jail with credit for time served, no trespassing at Olive Garden, T16, Miracle Strip Parkway, and Fort Walton Beach.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. No trespass at Olive Garden, 30 days in the county jail, and $270 in court cost?
And credit for time served.
And credit for time.
270?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought you said 3 at first.
I thought you did too.
Okay, no.
You meant 270.
What did I say?
I don't know. But 270 is the, right?
270, yeah, yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to do that, Donna?
Sure.
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Ma'am.
Tell me your name and date of birth.
Donovan Jason Webb, 21677.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you give up your right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you are guilty?
Oh, yeah, yes.
And if for any reason you're in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation. I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. You will be adjudicated guilty and sentenced to 30 days in the county jail with credit for time served.
I've got 24 days in today.
All right, so it should be soon you get out.
Yeah, I think
cannot-
we get 5 days a month, so
All right.
I guess tomorrow they.
Maybe tomorrow then. Upon release, you'll have 90 days to pay that $270, and you cannot trespass back at the Olive Garden for a year, okay?
Ma'am.
Thank you.
You will.
Shirley Smith. I was thinking Shirley had changed a bit.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Molly Yeski on behalf of Shirley Smithy in 24 MM 1659. Ms. Smithy would like to admit the violation of probation today, but seeks to plead to the bench if the court would allow.
Okay. Ma'am, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, make sure you speak in the microphone. Tell me your name and date. You can put your hand down. Tell me your name and date of birth.
Shirley Smithy, January 24, 1985.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Your attorney has indicated that you wish to enter a plea straight to the bench, which means there's no agreement on what your sentence would be. I would hear evidence from either side.
My apologies, the state has agreed to a cap of a 90-day sentence.
And there would be a cap of 90 days in the county jail. So the most I could sentence you to is 90 days, but I could do something less than that if I think it's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, and do you want to do that?
Okay.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you give up your right to a hearing where the state would have to prove that you violated? Okay?
Okay.
You want some more time to speak with your attorney? Okay, so Ms. Jeske, what would you like the court to know?
Well, first, defense would like to call the alleged victim in the case, Daniel Bryan, and ask him a few questions.
Okay, Mr. Bryan and Ms. Smithy, if you can step over here with your attorney, please.
Should I stay here?
Mr. Bryan, raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Jeske.
Hi, Mr. Bryan, how are you?
Good.
First, you've reached out to my office numerous times in the past to talk about this case, correct?
That's right.
In the past couple of weeks, we've talked about this case. And what is your relationship with Ms. Smithy?
She's my significant other and as well as the mother of my child.
Do you wish to have contact with Ms. Smithy?
Yes.
Did you wish to have Ms. Smithy's probation modified to include contact?
Yes.
And also, did you find out about being able to modify the contact on March 11?
Yes. Actually, in the custody case concerning our son, the presiding Judge Ketchel over that case actually recommended that I reach out to her probation officer. But unfortunately, she was, arrested before I could actually do that. So.
Okay.
And do you have children together?
Yes.
On the underlying charge of battery, did you wish to have that charge dropped?
Yes, I was never made aware of, I was never given any kind of notice that there was a no contact.
Okay. So Ms. Smithy took the plea before anyone contacted you about it?
That's correct.
And had anyone contacted you about the plea or the no contact order?
No. I had to actually find out that she was in jail because, just via the court or website. So.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay, please see.
Sorry, sir.
Wait, sir. They got to ask questions too.
I'm not Mr. Bryan is defense's witness. I'm not sure if the state...
If somebody calls a witness, both sides get to ask questions.
Thank you for
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry, you said you received a modification for the contact order from Judge Ketchel?
No, he recommended during the 11th hearing regarding custody of our son that I reach out. That was the suggestion.
But You never did reach out to JCS, or you did?
No, I did not.
You did not?
I didn't have any, I didn't know who to reach out to, and then she was arrested before, you know.
Okay. All right, no further questions for this witness.
Okay, anything? All right, thank you, sir, I appreciate you. Ms. Smithy, you can come back.
For argument, I will just add that Ms. Smithy completed all other probation requirements, which included the, excuse me, the 26-week Batters Intervention Program. She made all meetings with probation during the 11 months and 29 days. She never missed one, and she paid all monetary obligations, including, which was a total of $1,307. As you heard, Mr. Bryan, the alleged victim in the underlying case, wants to have contact and further wanted to have contact on the underlying charge, but was not notified of the plea or the no contact order and meant to. Ms. Smithy was arrested on the violation of probation on March 28th, 2025, and she was arrested on the underlying charge on April 28th, 2024, and has served approximately, based on defense's calculation, 26 days on the underlying charge and 18 days on the violation of probation, which I believe totals around 44 days, but again, that's an approximate calculation. And we just asked, based on the circumstances of this case, that the court sentence Ms. Smithy to credit for time served. We'd ultimately defer to the court.
Okay, to the state.
The state would like to call JCS as a witness.
Okay. Ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay? You can sit down.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Natasha Wood.
And where are you employed?
Yes, at JCS.
Were you this defendant's probation officer?
I believe it was Officer Gilbert. Yeah, Officer Gilbert.
Are you able to see Officer Gilbert's notes?
Yes.
When someone is put on probation, at the onset of probation, do they have a list of terms that are required of them?
Yes.
So is it notated in this defendant's file that she was to have no contact with the victim?
Yes.
And this happened on May 24th, 2024?
Meaning when she was placed on probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on one second.
Defense would object. Ms. Willith does not seem to be the probation officer on the case. I know the rules, evidentiary rules are more relaxed now, but yeah, defense would.
So you're objecting to hearsay?
Yes.
Okay, to the state?
Your Honor, she's a representative of JCS with the notes, in keeping in line with was it business keeping, record of business keeping?
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're arguing the business record exception?
Yes.
Can you lay a foundation for that?
The notes within JCS's.
Nope, I understand that, but you have to do that through questions of the witness.
Oh, right. Do you have notes from Officer Gilbert? Meeting with the defendant?
All the notes are in the system that we use, so I can see everything that Officer Gilbert put in there, all the reports, yeah, I can see everything, so. I can see the notes about DCF being involved.
Don't tell us what they say yet. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Do you have any other questions?
I suppose, do you see why Officer Gilbert suggested?
Wait, do you have any other questions as to the foundation for the business record exception?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So the foundation has not been properly laid for the business record exception. However, hearsay is allowed in violation of probation hearings. It just can't be the only thing. So you can inquire of this witness, but it can't solely be based on the hearsay that is currently in play.
Okay. In the notes for Officer Gilbert.
Which would be the hearsay, so she
Oh,
can't
which is-
refer to
okay.
it.
Oh, gotcha. So then we can't rely on JCS's record keeping at all then?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay. Well, Your Honor, just based on the fact that she was placed on probation a year ago, I'll say we'll just go into
Let me
argument.
add, before you move on to argument, are you done with questions? for
Oh,
the-
yes, no further questions for the witness.
Do you have questions for the?
I do
witness? Okay.
Well, just based on the fact that this defendant was placed on probation a year ago, the term of no contact with the victim, defendant was made well aware of. There were previous court hearings involving Judge Ketchel that advice was given and no one acted on it. The state's position is going to be in line with JCS's, which is serve the 90 days incarceration with credit for time served.
Okay. Anything else from either side?
No.
Okay.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Smithy, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who put you on probation, and I specifically remember the no contact with the victim. The victim has been here admitting contact with you. You've also admitted the violation, which alleges that you have been living with him the whole time. And I gotta tell you, Mr. Bryan, while I appreciate that you want contact with your wife or significant other, the fact that both of you completely ignored a court order is very disappointing. And Ms. Smithy, this is not the first time you and I have met. So to continue to ignore court orders is problematic in any courtroom. The court at this time is going to adjudicate, find that you have violated your probation willfully. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to 60 days in the county jail with credit for time served. There will be a $50 violation of probation fee, $50 cost of prosecution, and $100 cost of defense. Your probation will be revoked and terminated, and it does look like everything else has been done. Does the state agree to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So once you serve probably another 10 days or so, depending on gain time, you will be released from jail. But you cannot ignore an order of the court just because you don't like it or the victim says it's so. That is not how it works. Okay? Thank you so much. Mr. Bryan, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, 90 days to pay upon release. You're good.
Fiona, take.
Ms. Tate, you have Mr. Cobb?
Yes, ma'am.
He was here yesterday. Do you have a felony case as well?
I'm not sure.
All right. You know you're with us today on 3 petty thefts. Do you know anything about that, Priscilla?
It's being reviewed to be transferred to felony, Your Honor.
Okay.
So no offer at this time.
So Ms. Tate, I'm going to pass this till June 9th. Make sure you call Mr. Cobb and let him know that new court date. They're looking at these charges to move him up to circuit. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens with that. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Do you have your list of minors in possession?
Yes, I have gone through them all and I can tell you what we're working with.
All right. I'm just going to go through all of them and then as we go. So Marlon Alvarez Rosales.
No information, Your Honor.
KPS Hotel First Appearance. Alexandra Borick is a minor in possession.
Borick, did you say?
Oh, yeah, I skipped Peter Bowl though.
Peter Bowl did enter a DPA.
Okay.
Alexandra Borick, I have no information.
Is this her first time up?
This is her first time, yes.
So I will continue it to April 29th. Anna Bouchite.
A DPA was filed, Your Honor.
Andrew Campbell Knapp.
No information, Your Honor.
That will be a KPS Hotel First Appearance. Jonah Carroll.
There should be a DPA filed, Your Honor.